Then, finally, he spots a jug under a tree. Some hope. But oh no! He looks inside and there's just this tiny bit of water. Welcome, deep diver. Okay, so today we're taking a story you might remember from way back, The Resourceful Crow and the Rising Water.
Hmm.
But we're not just retelling it, we're using it for a real deep dive into problem solving, Perseverance, too. It seems simple, but honestly, there's a lot packed in there about why his approach works and, well, how it's kind of a blueprint.
It's fascinating, isn't it? How this story, sometimes just seen as, a kid's fable, it actually holds these pretty sophisticated ideas, things you can apply everywhere, personal habits, even like big business strategies. It's really about looking past the surface level and finding those universal truths.
Right. So let's paint the picture again. It's super hot, right? Scorching day. And this poor crow is just exhausted, thirsty, flying over this dry land, no water anywhere.
Yeah, and that setup, it immediately hits you with this universal feeling, that desperation when you need something basic, and it just seems impossible.
Then, finally, he spots a jug under a tree. Some hope. But oh no! He looks inside and there's just this tiny bit of water. Way, way down at the bottom, too low for his beak. You can just imagine that sinking feeling, right? That sigh.
Absolutely. And that moment is more than just needing water. It's what we'd call a constrained problem. Your first instinct might be, oh, well, give up. Or
Okay.
try something useless like brute force. But the crow, right there, he does something critical for any problem solving. He redefines the problem.
Redefines it. How so?
Well, it stops being where can I find water and becomes how do I get this water?
Mhm.
See the shift. It's subtle, but huge. Moving from just wanting something to figuring out how to make it reachable. That's where the real thinking starts.
Okay, got it. So instead of focusing on what he can't do, short beak, deep jug, he looks at the situation, the system itself,
Mhm.
and thinks, how can I change it? That is a different way to look at it. And that's when he notices those little pebbles lying around.
Exactly. And now we're getting into iterative solutions. Each pebble he drops. That's a tiny test. It's like a mini experiment. Does this work? Let's see. He didn't try to knock the jug over or find a straw or anything crazy. He did one small thing, saw it had a small effect, and then he just kept doing it. That shows the real power of, consistent step-by-step effort.
It's almost like basic physics, right?
Yeah.
Water displacement. He's using what's already there, the water, the stones, just in a really smart way. So what's the lesson there about looking around for solutions maybe we didn't expect?
Precisely. Often, the most creative solutions aren't about inventing something totally new. They're about seeing the potential in what you already have and using it differently.
Mhm.
The crow used pebbles and water properties. He was resourceful with his immediate environment. He didn't need a fancy tool. He used his brain and what was available.
And he kept at it. Plink, plink, plink. It must have felt slow, right? Just
Yeah.
tiny bit higher each time. But he didn't drop, like 5 pebbles and then fly off frustrated. That's the perseverance part. But you said it's not just being stubborn.
Exactly. It's not just banging your head against a wall. It's informed persistence. He had a strategy that was actually working, even if slowly. He saw progress. And yeah, the story mentions his wings shook with effort. It reminds us that even smart solutions take work, dedication. You need the discipline to see it through.
So this simple story, wow, it really turns into this amazing lesson. Breaking down big problems, reframing them, trying small steps, testing, sticking with what works.
Think about it, that huge project you're avoiding, or maybe a personal goal that feels just too big. This little crow story kind of gives us a method, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. So for you listening, here's something to chew on. What's your pebble today? What small action, based on maybe rethinking the problem first, could lead to a surprising bit of progress in your own life, that splash moment?
Because really, like we saw in this deep dive, sometimes the best insights come from looking again at simple things and asking not just what happened, but why it matters and, crucially, how you can use it. Keep thinking, keep trying.